What is going on, YouTube people? New Cards and Comics here. Today, little break from the national stuff. I did go to the show for day 5 very briefly. Just went in. Maybe I was there for 2 hours. Wife went with me. We went up for just a couple hours. I didn't even shoot any video. I'll just kind of wrap up my thoughts on day 5 and loop that into a full recap video, which will probably come out on Tuesday. But today we take a little break from the National to talk about news that actually came out of the National. There's been a few news things that have popped up. Yes, I want to do a video on the whole Marvel Fanatics Upper Deck rumors that are going around. I want to do a video on, and I haven't had time to even dig into it. A bunch of people tagged me and sent me videos of the company offering CT scanning services. We'll get to that at some point. I have national pickups to do. Already falling behind on content for the week. I don't know if we'll have any double upload days or what, but yes, those things are all on my radar. Yes, I do plan on getting to them. We have Off-Centered on Wednesday night as well on the live stream. But first up, big one here. Fanatics Collect basically striking a mighty blow against their now rival eBay. This article / story came out Saturday at the National. Ben Burrows throwing this out there. I actually had a chance to sit and chat with Ben for a little bit down in the media lounge at the National. I had a good little conversation with him this past week. But Burbank Sports Cards, Rob Veras, yes, the card father himself, the king of Coors Light, getting ready to move into a new store again. They just upgraded shops not too terribly long ago. They are upgrading again. I saw he did a video kind of walking through the new location that they're moving into. But Fanatics Collect has signed, basically, it sounds like, an exclusive agreement with them where they are moving their full inventory over to Fanatics Collect off of eBay. I believe it's a 40 million card inventory or something crazy like that. Yes, shop's full inventory of 40 million sports cards will be moving to Fanatics Collect. Burbank has been one of eBay's biggest sellers ever. Ben talks about that in the article here. And this is pretty big deal. One of the things when Fanatics Collect kind of got announced in the rebrand of PWCC was, is there enough inventory on there? There's no low end on there. It's mostly all high end stuff. Well, Burbank has it all. Burbank has one of the most extensive inventories probably of anyone outside of ComC. ComC is probably the only other person that can rival them for inventory. And that's, ComC, they're basically like a vaulting / auction house service anyway, but just one individual shop or entity's inventory, Burbank has the most. And the unique thing about this is the cards, because Burbank has such a stellar reputation, what the empire that Rob has built over there, the efficiency, the inventory systems, how they run things, and they've been doing this for a very, very long time. They don't have to have their cards vaulted on Fanatics Collect. So this is more like a eBay-like experience where you're going to go on to Fanatics Collect. Most everything is going to be vaulted at Fanatics Collect, at least currently. You would buy it, and it would either transfer into your vault or get sent home to you. Burbank, the cards are going to stay located in, Burbank's warehouse. They're not going to get moved all to the Fanatics Collect vault. So they will ship from there and then go to, if you're having it sent home, or maybe you're buying a bigger card and you want it vaulted, you'll certainly be able to do that. You can have cards sent directly to a vault on your behalf. That's usually not that big of a deal. And I'm sure there'll be some extra integration built in if you want to have that done. But yeah, you will be able to purchase a card from Burbank and it will go straight into, or get mailed straight out to you, or probably transferred into your Fanatics Collect account. And what this immediately does is, all of a sudden, this just poof, instantly fills out Fanatics Collect inventory with a wide berth of cards from low end to high end. and everything in between. And one of the things, that was cited in the article that was appealing to Rob, and you could see how this would make sense, getting inventory on his cards are going to essentially push out to Fanatics' main store page. If you go, this is described in the article, if you say me as a Browns fan, I go search for a Denzel Ward jersey on Fanatics, it's going to show me the Denzel Ward jersey on the search page, and it's probably going to filter in some Denzel Ward sports cards. And they don't have to be high end. It doesn't have to be some cracked ice contenders auto to 25 and a PSA 10 black label shenanigans that's a couple $1,000s. It could be a $5 fifth year Prism color match that just looks like a really nice card that someone that's already on the page buying something of that player might go, that's kind of cool. So it's going to allow them to target a more casual audience in addition to the collector base that they already had. They do cite, I believe, trying to get more high-end inventory as well to filter over to that website. But big win for Fanatics Collect in this game. And I have to imagine that if this works well, if this pans out, and I'm sure there's going to be some short-term pain here. Rob talks about in the article that there could definitely be some potential risk here. They had a very good thing going with eBay, but he wanted to make it bigger and badder, and it sounds like eBay put a glass ceiling on him to a degree. That they, that just eBay's limitations, they didn't have as much reach as something like Fanatics promised, and God knows what this deal looked like on the back end. I am sure it's pretty complex, but definitely a big risk for Rob to take when you have the bird in the hand. I mean, he has the bird in the hand. I'm sure their eBay revenue is massive every single day, let alone month. And now you're moving over to a platform that you're not going to get as many eyeballs on, especially at least Fanatics Collect specifically. Now, if you're talking about the Fanatics selling platform specifically, that's a whole different bag of cats. And it sounds like his inventory is going to filter into that as well. Probably other Fanatics Collect inventory too. But like I said, they don't have a Fanatics Collect in its current shape pre this move did not have a lot of collector cards on there, for lack of a better term. Whereas this is going to allow them to fill out that inventory where you want to go buy your favorite linebackers cards. You want to go buy your favorite backup middle infielder cards, or your favorite relief pitcher. Like that sort of stuff I think is going to potentially really help them, along with everything else that Burbank has to offer. So this sounds like a big win potentially for both. Fanatics is basically instantly buying a $40 million card, or not buying, but gaining access to a $40 million or 40 million card inventory. And Rob's rolling the dice of greater reach, higher potential, and potentially becoming a global brand by linking up with Fanatics in this way. So Fanatics doesn't own Burbank or anything crazy like that. Just an exclusive deal for him to list inventory on there. And I have to imagine once the exclusivity runs out, do others move over to there? Do they poach other consigners? You could think of all the big names that are out there that you see all the time that you buy from probably. Do those start to move over to that platform? And once again, this comes down to where some competition is good. Does this force eBay's hand to make some things more appealing to sellers on the platform? Do they need to get more aggressive on seller fees? Fanatics Collect 6% on fixed price listings under $120. That's 7% better than eBay in a lot of cases. So does that force eBay to get more aggressive in selling fees? Is there a selling fee war between the two platforms? Ideally, that's what you want, because the net winner there is everyone that sells on eBay. All of a sudden you're getting treated a little bit better because they now value you as a seller. In the past, eBay, anyway, seems to always side with the buyer in a lot of cases. They don't usually give the seller a lot of advantages. Now, they have a little bit over the years on certain things, better return policies on cards, Authenticity guarantee kind of protects both parties to a degree. As a seller, I actually like it quite a bit. But do they do more now? Do they do more? Because especially, at least maybe this only goes to the big boys, but they have to protect their inventory, because guess what? When do you stop getting the most eyeballs? When you don't have all the stuff. And Burbank's a pretty big blow. That's a lot of cards and a big seller that a lot of people follow. So we'll see what happens. Nice get by Fanatics. Whoever made the decision for this, smart move on their part. That's all I got for you, boys and girls, on this one. Tomorrow, most likely, national recap. Pickups video, somewhere in there. Marvel Upper Deck. Fanatics, somewhere in there. CT scanning, somewhere in there. And it's only Sunday afternoon. God knows what else happens the rest of the week. Catch you, boys and girls, on the next one. Peace.